Oh, you gotta be.
Right. Yellow flag.
Damn it.
You're locking your fronts going into turn 8. Come on, track limits. Keep it between the lines.
Fuck, man. That really pissed me off right at the end of the race. So I want to take a quick second, guys, and explain the situation that happened at the end of the race. What you just saw was the aftermath of it, and I got a little upset. I want to apologize ahead of time about that. I was a little bit distracted. We have a new kitten, believe it or not. This is a true story. We have a little kitten in our house now, and as cute as he is all over the place, and he literally came into my sim rig room and grabbed the cord to the microphone that was attached to me that I'm speaking into now, and he took it and started running with it. So I went to grab for him and stopped him, but you'll see if you get far enough in the video, it had me highly distracted, and I came into a corner a little bit too tight because I was distracted, which caused my car to become very unbalanced, and I believe it was my cause of a collision with another person, and I happened to be lapped traffic. And one of the worst things you can do in a race is cause a collision with lapped traffic. So I wanted to just take a second to apologize to the guy, whoever he was, that I believe I caused that accident. I want to apologize. Sorry about that. That was at the end of the race. It was not intentional. Up until that point, I had gone through the entire race without any issues, but I was distracted, and it caused me to just make an error that hopefully didn't cause him any places in the race, but wanted just to apologize to him and to SRS because they were holding the race, and also to the Simpit because this is my first race back, and this is not at all the way I wanted it to go down. So anyways, guys, if you make it far enough in the video and you keep watching, you'll see what happens at the end, but I wanted to make this little disclaimer at the beginning. So yeah, so my first race back, performance wasn't that good, but if you still feel like watching it, I figured I'd go ahead and upload the video. Hopefully from here on out, I'll get more practice in and get my racing back where it used to be, and have some good races. But anyways, I'll continue on with the actual video, and thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you in the next video. Alright guys, welcome back. Time for another video, and as promised, we are finally, after a long time, back in some sim racing. And I am both very excited and very nervous because it literally has been probably since January of this year that I have raced competitively online with real people. So what we are racing in today is actually the sim racing system on a Assetto Corsa, and this is the Simpit series. This is the start of a new series, so I wanted to make sure I jumped in and got started. I'm going to try to make all of these series. I'm going to try to make all of the races for this series. It'll be an every Thursday thing. I'm going to attempt to get in all of them, and we'll see how it goes. So like I said, I'm very excited, but I'm also nervous. I didn't make it up in the top split just because it's been so long since I've raced. And so I don't think I'm actually in the room with Sean Cole and some of the other fast guys, but my goal is to take my time and eventually get up with those guys, because Sim Racing System does have a, you know, it's got a leveling system similar to iRacing, so you have to really be careful. And so it looks like we're getting ready to start this 1 hour race, guys. I did not qualify because I do not want to get in anyone's way, and everyone is clearly faster paced than me. So my main goal here, as we watch about 46, 45 more seconds countdown before the race start, is to just make it through this first race unscathed in one piece, and try to work on that rating and see where we go. So if there are parts of this race where I am not talking much, it's because I'm concentrating, because like I said, I really do not want to, I would hate to ruin someone else's race, and I'm really rusty, guys. When you go 6-7 months without sim racing and then you hop back in, it can be pretty dangerous, and I don't want to ruin anybody else's night. So this is the first race of the Audi TT Cup, I believe, and let's see how this goes. I should be in the back of the grid.
Go, nail it.
Roasted the tires there. Like I said, I'm gonna I'm going to settle in the back here, guys, just so I don't get in anyone's way. I'm fully convinced that I'm probably going to get lapped, and I am okay with that. I'm using the crew chief. I'm sorry, the crew chief program. That's who you hear talking in the background. That is not. Oh, we've got a race. We've got a wreck already. So I'm going to try to get through here without having any issues here. But yeah, so that is the crew chief. I actually, I heard the voice, I heard this thing playing in one of Billy Strange's videos, so I got up with him and asked him what he was using. He was nice enough to explain to me what he was using, and I went through the fairly simple process of getting it downloaded. And so now I am using it. It is quite handy, especially if you are running on a single monitor like I am right now, because you can't see around you. You guys know I was doing a lot of racing in virtual reality, and I don't have that stuff set up anymore. And I also, oh, as I go way too wide. Ah, shoot. Damn. That sucks. Let's see if I can gain some of that back. Damn, that sucks. Anyways. Alright, so I was just, you may hear me stop talking when I hear him just because I'm trying to listen to what he is saying. Again, I'm going to mention I'm in the bottom split, so you're not going to see Sean Cole or any of the really fast guys here. And that's just because it's been so long since I raced. All those guys have had a lot of time to work on their rating, you know, their whatever you want to call it for sim racing system. If you're an Assetto Corsa fan and you do not use sim racing system, I highly recommend trying to use sim racing system. And I don't know if it's my internet or some of these other folks' internet, but I'm definitely seeing some people float around the screen here. Definitely some sloppy racing. It's been a while since I've been in this SRS. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any sim racing. And I don't remember it being so sloppy last time I used it. So I think what's happened is, much like any other sim or leagues type services, it's becoming a lot more popular. And what happens, unfortunately, is when something gets really popular, there is positives and negatives to that. The positives are you get a lot more people involved, a lot more people racing. The negative to that is a lot of those people don't have the experience, not necessarily experience, but they'll race too hard because they're racing for this particular race where in a league orientation like this, and it's not really a league, but it's just like a championship, you want to make sure that you're considering. Yeah, I'll take those 2 spots. So you want to make sure that you're considering, you know, the long term. And I'm just trying to continue to talk to you guys so that you have something to hear. But I also want to be able to concentrate too. I did a few practice laps, not too many. I'm not too familiar with where the braking points are for this car on this track. Looks like I am in P14, which is not bad. Mostly that is due to folks crashing. Definitely getting some, or I'm definitely coming into some of these corners quite hot. I gotta be careful. It's amazing how good you can be at something, and then when you take a break for a little while, how terrible you get at it. I am really, really rusty at this. But my goal, like I said, is to,
140.4.
you know, just to kind of try to catch up with these guys, do good enough to get into the top split. Okay, this car does like trail braking, so let's try to continue to trail brake here. Yeah, okay, so that's something I've just noticed. That should get me a few seconds off my lap time. It does like to trail brake.
That's your fastest lap.
Fastest lap, okay. See if we continue to get faster. I think most of these guys, at least in their qualifying laps, they were running like 140, 141. Some people were running 143. And I think my best time was, in the little bit of practice I did, like a 145. I really fucked up there. Lost a lot of time in that corner.
Okay, Dan, you're gaining on the guy in front. The gap is 3.6.
Suspension setup on this is
Right side.
pretty stiff.
Car left. Clear left.
Yeah, so it's pretty stiff suspension on this car, so some of these curbs really, really hurt when you hit them. I'm trying to avoid that. Yeah. Brake early in for this guy. Throttle out hard. That's what it likes. Do a little bit of trail braking. Still, I can't get away from these guys. They are fast behind me, like I said, and I'll say many, many times in the next hour.
Keep your wits about you, mate.
I'm definitely off pace
Right.
with the rest of these guys.
Still there. You're right. Don't give up. Keep him under pressure.
I am the kind of person that would prefer to follow someone around, to be honest with you, especially for now. So I'm okay sitting behind these guys, just relaxing a little bit, and then maybe at some point in time I'll try to push a little harder and get around these guys. Now, see, I took a good turn there. I don't know why I can't continue to I'm not entirely sure where to brake here. Oh, and I'm noticing up in the top right that my ping is going terribly wrong. So we must be having a little bit of an internet issue here at the house. That sucks. I know there's a lot of devices trying to use the internet right now, so something I'm going to have to deal with. Hopefully I'm not affecting anyone's race.
Incident in turn 6. Yellow flag, watch out. We've seen a bit of wear all around.
Yeah, it definitely likes to trail brake. I need to continue to do that. I'm feeling anxious, and that's because, you know, it's just been so long since I've done this, guys, so bear with me.
15th place.
Glad my ping is coming back down. That was weird. We must have had a heavy internet usage in our area or something for a moment. Whoa, not sure what happened there.
Right tyres are cold.
Keep saying my tires are cold. I don't know that that's true. Okay, so they are. Okay, so I can get some heat in these tires. "49 minutes." Now, when I first signed up for this, I didn't realize that they have really extended the length of these races a lot, because I want to say the sim racing system races were 20 minutes long, and to my surprise, when I got into this race, they're an hour. So that really messed up my calculations as far as fuel loads and stuff, because I wasn't expecting to be running that long. So it'll take me a couple of races probably to dial in how quickly these cars kill the tires, how quickly it uses fuel. I started out with 30 liters, and we're down to about a little less than 19 liters now. So I am perfectly happy sitting behind these guys as long as they don't get too far in front of me. I don't care how far in front the pack in front of us gets. I've got plenty of time to worry about that. But for now, I'm cool with just watching their braking zones, because
take it easy, you've got cold tires.
Surely most of them have had a lot more practice laps than me. I don't think I have any damage on my car. It does look like the couple of cars in front of me have some damage. Definitely holding a lot more straight line speed in the straights than this gentleman in front of me, as I downshift one too many times. That's probably due to his damage that he has on his car. Could have downshifted a...
Keep running on the pressure. He'll make a mistake.
Could have probably downshifted one time there. If you play, I think I was going to say this earlier, and I forgot to finish as I got binded up in some traffic. If you use Assetto Corsa and you do not use sim racing system, I highly recommend that you give it a try, because it's pretty awesome. It does all the guesswork for you. It puts you in lobbies with people who are similar to you in performance and, you know, skill level and things like that, much like iRacing's leveling system. And this particular series, the Simpit series, is open to anyone. So all you have to do is make sure that you have the cars that they need. In this case, the Audi TT Cup, I believe. And you got to make sure that you have the track that is required. This is, of course, an in-game track, but sometimes they do use modded tracks that most of the time come from Race Department. So that's those are mods, but most of the time over on Race Department, the mods are quality mods. So trying to wait a little longer to brake, try to get some heat in these tires, but I just can't seem to get those backs heated up, and so it's a little loose, and me hanging around behind this guy is allowing the traffic behind us to catch up, which kind of sucks a little bit, but I hate to even pressure this guy. I don't like when people do that to me. I'd rather not do it to him. I'm not really racing for places. I'm racing just to get my skill level up so I can race with Sean and those guys. Actually, I was speaking with Sean earlier before this race on YouTube, because they do a live stream on the Simpit Crew channel, or the Sim Crew something or other, but and he's been having some trouble with his pedals, so I'm not sure he even made it into his race. So I do have the pit stops, I believe, set up. I did last minute, you know, when you set up what you want your car to do during your pits. I think Assetto Corsa gives you 3 options. I did all 3. I set them up the same. They're going to give me 30 liters of fuel and a fresh set of tires. Now, I don't know if that's a good plan or not, to be honest with you, just because, like I said, guys, I didn't realize this race was an hour long, and I didn't know that, I don't know anything about this vehicle, really. So, doing the best we can. I almost think I'm probably going to need to try to make a move on this guy and try to get in tight with this gentleman in front of him. Sorry, I don't have the names listed up, so I don't know who's who. I just know who's in what place. I don't know what to do here. It's still very early in the race. We're not even at the halfway point yet, so I don't want to take too many chances. I do think he is braking a bit early. And, if that guy gets too far in front of us, we're going to have trouble. There's a lot of long straights on this track, and you really need to be able to get behind people and draft in those straights. So if you're all by yourself, you're at a disadvantage. I do like this car, though. I haven't spent much time in it other than practicing for this race. I got a fan going above me, guys, because it gets very hot back here in this room, and I just don't want to get all sweaty and too hot. So I hope that you guys can hear that.
Stay close, wait for him to crack.
He hadn't cracked yet. I don't know where I'm going to make a move. It's not till the very end of the straights that I actually get a run on them, and I'm afraid to go too hot into a corner. P15. So there must have been some folks that dropped out of the race. I'm pretty sure there was more than 18 people in this race.
Front has increased. It's now about 0.5.
All right.
Yellow flag.
I'm going to concentrate a little bit, see if I can make a run on this guy, get around him, hopefully. And I know I've got a sloppy line here, and that's fine. I do not know why those rear tires are not heating up. You would think by now they would have. Still watching that ping over there. It seems to be staying pretty low, so hopefully we won't have any more internet issues. If you guys are familiar with this car and you know any tips or tricks, please let me know in the comments what can make me a little quicker. I would really appreciate that.
Left. Fastest lap for clear left.
Alright.
Nicely done.
Alright, so I hated to do that, but I'm going to see if I can hopefully see if I can get some room on this guy. Now, I don't know what those guys are doing as far as pit stop strategies. I don't know if they're pitting at all. So there's a good chance that I may lose a lot of time on my on having to take a pit stop when nobody else is. I'm not really sure. All right, let's keep on pushing here. There's no way I'll catch that guy in front of me unless he makes a mistake, but I'm going to keep on trying to push. 42 is
1.3 off the pace with V14.
Yeah, I'm definitely seem to be running a little quicker, knock on wood, now that I'm not sitting behind that guy. I think his damage was really hurting him.
You pull it away. The gap behind is now 1.3 seconds.
Oh! Damn it. Kills me every time.
Watch those track limits.
Sorry, sorry. I'm gonna have to pit soon. And I don't know, like I said, if anyone else is pitting or not. Probably not.
Yellow flag. Caution.
Oh, shoot. Damn. I know I'm giving you guys a terrible show here. Fudge. Can I figure out how to get any heat in those back tires? And it's very slick, man. I don't know if people are just quitting or...
It's now 11 seconds.
Shit. Ooh, he went wide. He went way wide on that one. Probably following. I went in too hot. I think he followed me in. Luckily, because my tires are cold, I was able to drift it around that corner, but I think his tires must be warmer than me. Got somebody coming up hot on my tail. Not even at the halfway mark. Those guys are battling hard back there. You got to be careful. They're going to make a mistake. A little bit better. I stayed off of that curb. That curb will upset the car big time. Alright, we're down to 6 liters of fuel. I don't even know. Do I know where the damn pit entrance is? I don't even know if I remember where it is on this track. I hope I have those pit strategies set up correctly. I never really messed with them, to be honest with you, because all the races I typically do are like 20 minutes. You just fill the car up with fuel, get a set of tires, and you know, that's about it.
The rears are cold.
I feel like they might still be cold, but they're definitely wearing down. It still says I've got like... I should have went in. I'm going to have to go in next time. I got to pay attention. So I'm not going to fight this guy too hard. He's going to get around me when I go in the pits regardless. I just don't want to run out of fuel. That would be so stupid.
That was 143.9. Sector 2 is 1.7 off the pace.
Whoo, he is on me. I adjusted the downforce in the back a little bit so I'd have a little bit more straight line speed.
5 minutes.
5 minutes of fuel. We're going to go ahead and stop on this next. I hope this is entertaining to you guys. Not only am I rusty...
Behind is now 0.7.
Okay. Got a little distance on that guy behind me. And I hope this is not too boring. Oh, shit. Not only am I rusty at sim racing, I'm rusty at doing sim racing videos because I haven't done one in a while. So the talking and driving stuff, it'll take me a little bit to get back used to that. Whoo! Almost lost it there. Come on, come on, come on. Does seem like this car likes to be short shifted. If you hold the revs out too long, there's really no power. Alright, I'm going into the pits here. Oh, he bumped me. So, oh, man. I don't know who that was, but he came in very hot behind me. Man.
Left side. Watch your speed limit in the pits. Clear left.
So I'll know next time to I mean, are they I'm not
The leader, Carter, is pitting.
I'm not really sure if anything is happening here. Okay, do I not know how to do this? This is really stupid. No, I picked... Oh, wow. I know that I picked... Why does this all say... Okay, there we go. So that's stupid. I did all this already. So how do you get it to... this is stupid. This is dumb. I'm not exactly sure how you get the pit stop to... did I go too far or something? What's going on here? Did I stop too far? Ah, shit. That was so fucking stupid. I can't believe that. What a stupid idiot. Well, hopefully you guys getting some humor out of this because I just really messed up. I think I just pulled up too far. And, yeah, son of a bitch. Well, I'll know better next time. Damn, I pulled up too far. Is that not stupid or what? What a waste of time.
There's traffic behind. Keep your wits about you. Blue flag.
Shoot, that is so terrible.
Left side. Clear left.
Man, you guys are free to say, if you're still watching after that monstrosity of an event, you guys are free to say whatever you want. I am a dumbass. That was stupid. I cannot believe that was because I pulled too far up in the pits. But, again, I'll say, like I said earlier, my goal is to finish the race. That's my goal. And so far, the only damage I've had is when that guy just ran into the back of me in the pits. So, hopefully we can keep it that way. I promise you guys, the future races from here on out, I will get more practice ahead of time, and hopefully we'll just keep getting better and better, and I will definitely not make that stupid mistake that I just made there. That cost me every place. Any places that I had made up from the back, I've lost, so that sucks, man. But I'm going to have to talk to the guys maybe in chat later.
Come on, let the race come to us. B17.
Find out exactly how often these guys are pitting in these cars, if they're pitting at all, because the tires were still good. And obviously I could have loaded up much more on fuel. Hopefully I can make the remainder of the race on what fuel I've got now. For those of you who are watching and for whatever crazy reason, if you're into racing and you do not know what the blue flag means, that means that I am slow and I'm getting lapped, or I will be getting lapped soon, and you do not want to get in their way. You do not want to defend a position if you're being lapped. You want to let those guys through, let them race. And that is precisely what I will do once he gets close enough to make a pass, which should happen in the next couple of laps. I'm sure his pace is much, much, much quicker than mine.
That's half distance. Should be about 30 minutes of fuel remaining.
I'm not going to fight him for this. I'm going to let him have this on the outside. I'm going to let off the throttle a little bit, let him around.
On your left, clear left.
That's one of the biggest complaints I always used to have with iRacing is people did not follow the blue flag rule. And when I used to be pretty decent at sim racing, when you do it all the time, you get pretty good at it, and they really would cause some headaches. The good thing about being with being lapped traffic, I guess, if you try to find a positive out of being the one that's getting lapped, is you can visually view the faster traffic. You know what I mean? So I can see where his braking lines are, I can see where his turn-in points are, and that kind of teaches you how to be a little faster in itself. So even though we're in dead last place, technically, even though several people have dropped out of the race, I can still kind of see where he's able to make so much more time up than me, and you can clearly see, I mean, he is getting away from me pretty quickly. I don't know if he's pit. I'm going to say no, he hasn't pit, would be my guess. I don't know if I'm 2 laps down or what, but I know I am
Yellow flag, keep your wits about
pretty
you.
far. The traffic is really spread out now in this race. I don't see anybody behind me, so 145.
2.2 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, I'm 2 seconds off the pace. And now I think that, I want to say, I thought I ran a 142 earlier, but maybe not. Something that I've recommended in a lot of my videos before, guys, especially the ones where I'm talking about how to get into sim racing and how to learn tracks and stuff, is, you know, it's kind of cardinal rule not to race in a race with the driving line on, but something I used to do to learn the best way around the track is turn the racing line on for practice. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can turn the racing line on when you're all by yourself to kind of figure out where the game thinks the best driving line is, and then once you get that down, you can turn that driving line off and you can manipulate that line and make it your own and squeeze a few more tenths of a second off of that line here and there, and then you get a lot faster lap times once you're into the race, which I did not do that for this race, obviously. I should have, but I didn't. I only had about a day, not even a day, to prepare for this, and I was at work the whole time. So, you know, not to give excuses, but I just didn't have any preparation for this race at all. So I'm kind of doing about as well as I thought I was going to do. And the idea... Wow, leader, you hear that? Leader 139.7, that's fast. That's pretty ridiculous. That's fast around this track.
Sector 3 is 2.0 seconds off the pace.
Okay, so I heard wrong earlier. He's giving me sector times. So I'm 2-point-something seconds off of these guys in a single sector. So if I'm multiple seconds on several sectors, that means I'm behind these guys like 5-10 seconds probably. And it's probably true. I don't doubt that for a second.
You've got cold tires.
I'm about sick of hearing him say that. I don't know how to heat these tires up. I guess I'm going to have to adjust tire pressures. Honestly, I just went onto the setup market and I picked a setup that had very high star rating, loaded it, and started driving with it. So I didn't tweak this at all, other than earlier when I said I adjusted the arrow in the back just for some straight line speed. And that also might be affecting why I can't get any heat in the tires, because there's not a lot of downforce in the rear. So they're just sliding around like they're on ice, and they're not able to keep traction and get any heat in them.
Yellow flag, watch out. The leader's
Okay, so it says, so they are pitting. All right, so I pit early, but these guys are pitting. Maybe, yeah, several guys are over there in the pits. So maybe this will give me some kind of way to catch up to somebody. Obviously not the leaders, guys, but
144.3.
maybe I'll...
1.8 off the pace. 17th place.
17th place sucks. It's the last place. But I'm still in front of the 5 guys or whatever that crashed out of the race, so I'm fine with it. I do see some traffic in my rearview mirror. Makes me nervous. They're pretty far back, but 24 minutes left in the race, so they can surely catch me.
We're seeing minor wear all around.
I need to figure out why in the setup before the race I created 3 pit stop strategies, but when I got into the pit stop, none of those strategies were showing what I picked. So somehow they didn't save, and then put add that on top of me having to pull back into the pit because I went too far like a dumbass. That costs a tremendous amount of time.
Watch your rear tyres, they're pretty cold.
Yeah, I don't know how to heat them up, buddy. And I think the temperatures were already fairly low.
Sector 3 is 1.9 seconds off the pace.
These guys behind me are coming up quick, really quick. It's unbelievable how quick some of these guys are. And the scary thing is, I'm not even in the top split.
Blue flag.
I'm in the lower split, so that's really, really
Incident in turn 3.
scary. I'm gonna have to get back on my game big time if I want to be competitive at all in this series. Too hot. Shit. Where are those guys? I can't see them. I know they're probably right behind me, though. They're not. So I thought they were coming up on me quicker, but I am terribly inconsistent. Man, this just goes to show you guys that if you like sim racing and you've got money tied up in a rig and a wheel and stuff, do not stop. Because if you get good and you get out of it for for me, in my case, it was like 6 months, you get really bad. I mean, this is just sad. I only had 21 liters of fuel, 20 minutes left. It's going to be like cutting nails. I don't know if I'm going to have enough fuel to get through without pitting again or not. We'll see. These guys back here behind me, they're battling hard. That may be what's slowing them up from catching me.
Blue flag.
Right there at me now. Man, they all went super wide on that corner. I keep going way too hot into that corner.
That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes.
Billy Strange said he had faith in me when I was talking to him earlier that I would finish this race. So he's probably correct. I think I'm going to finish the race, but dead damn last. That's not what I had in mind. Also, not to be all the way in the back, but that's okay. It's because of the pit stop. I goofed up on the pit stop. There's really nothing that I can do about that. I'm going to let these guys around me.
All right, clear right. Oh, damn. Track limits, come on.
Sorry, I was getting out of that guy's way. Man. Really do not.
Clear left. Blue flag, clear left. Yellow flag.
Man, those guys are going super wide through there.
Blue flag.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do better. This is terrible. I mean, I know it's been a long time since I sim raced, but I am almost embarrassed to upload this to YouTube. But I will. Hopefully somebody get a kick out of it, and hopefully somebody will enjoy me running hot in that corner every motherfucking time. Jesus. Go ahead, buddy. I'm going to let you have it on the inside.
Car right. Right side's clear.
Why I can't get it in my mind to... Oh my gosh. Keep relying on... you know, this car loves to trail brake, and I'm not doing it. I'm losing a lot of time not trail braking.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Nice. Well, this hadn't been much of a race. There was a couple of points in there where I was having some fun battles. But most of this race I've kind of been by myself and just allowing people to pass me so I don't get in their way. But you know what, actually, guys, to be completely honest with you, that's what I knew was going to happen. I hopped right into the series because I want to make a video on all of these races, not just some of them. And so, you know, driving and talking and having been so long since I've sim raced, it's going to take me quite a few races for me to get back in my groove. Hope you guys are okay with that. Minutes.
Yellow flag, caution.
I'm pretty satisfied that I've gotten this far, this long of a race without any major collisions. I am pretty happy about that, last place or not.
Sectors 2 and 3 are 1.7 seconds off the pace. Sector 1 is 1.7 seconds off the pace.
.142 is my best, so that's what I was wondering. We'll go wide and allow these guys to get by me right here. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go around, go around, go around.
On your right. This is okay. Keep those exit speeds up. 15 minutes left. On your right. Clear right.
Damn it. I am fucking up. What a terrible performance, man. So what I need to take away from this is, one, I know nothing about this car. I need a lot more seat time in this car to understand how you actually need to drive it.
Your ears are cold.
Number two, I need to do something about the tires being cold the whole time. And number three, it's going to take me a lot more practice to get back in the groove of things. Man, that guy's going super wide up there. I've seen a couple people do that. That's surely got to be out of the track limits. He's probably carrying a ton of speed going that wide, but that can't be legal. So if you guys have watched this far and you haven't given the video a like, even though my driving is god awful, please give the video a like. And if you're glad I'm back giving you some more sim racing content, and will continue to, also give me a like if you don't mind. If you have any suggestions on how I can be a little faster with this car, I have until next week to figure it out. Please let me know in the comments if you do. 12 minutes. I'm going to be running on fumes finishing this race. Man. So realistically, I think I could have got away with probably running a 40 liter stint and then a 20-liter stint, and the second half of the race would be a little lighter weight. That's probably what I could have done, and I think I probably could have got away with not, let's see, where, yeah, I mean, I probably could have run a set of tires the whole race.
Yellow flag.
Probably did not even need to honestly change the tires.
Sector 1 is 1.3 seconds off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.8 off the pace. Sector 3 is 2.6 off the pace.
In other words, I'm really fucking far behind everybody. If I could get back being consistent, you know, and run 142s the whole time, I wouldn't be near as far behind. But my consistency is terrible right now for some reason. Well, it's not for some reason. I know why. It's because it's just been so long since I've sim raced. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what I expected. I shouldn't give myself such a hard time, because when you're out of something for so long, you get terrible at it. It is what it is. It's fine. So next week we won't be at this track, but what I am going to do is when I figure out what track we're racing, I'm going to give myself more time to prepare, and I'm going to do some laps on whatever track it is with the driving line turned on. I got to conserve fuel, dudes. Ah, shit.
You've gone outside track limits. Come on, keep it between the lines.
I don't think I'm going to... Man, I do not think
Blue flag.
I'm going to be coasting to the finish line.
There's an incident in turn 1. We think it might be. So's that.
I don't know how it knows these people's names, but that is so freaking cool. I mean, this crew chief thing is very, very neat. I'm going to
B17.
let these guys race their battle. Where'd he go?
Yellow flag.
I could have swore there was a third car.
Okay, Dan. Don't think about the lap times. Just hit each and every apex. 10 minutes
Trying.
remaining. 10 minutes.
10 minutes, man. I do not have enough fuel. Shit. short shifting like crazy because I do not have enough fuel. And I think when the timer goes down, you still have to finish the lap you're on, I believe is the way I remember it being. When you're in a timed race, when the time goes out, everybody's on that final lap. So I'm going to keep it in a high gear in hopes of saving some fuel.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Blue flag.
I think I'm going to get lapped by everyone on the track. That's pretty much what seems to be going on now. Not sure what happened there. Man, I'm going to run out of fuel. Damn it. I might pull into the pits and get like a... I'm in last place anyways. I might pull in and just get like a liter of fuel.
Left side tyres are cold. Car right, clear right, car right, clear right.
That was my opportunity.
Fucking hell, Dan. Track limits. Come on, blue flag.
Ha! That dude just cussed at me. Fucking hell, Dan, he said.
B16.
Getting a little quiet, guys, because I'm a little frustrated with this performance. But hey, as long as people keep dropping out of the race,
You've got cold tyres.
I'll keep going up places. The last Simpit series they did was in the C7 Corvette R, I believe. I watched a couple of those when they were streaming them, and that looked like a lot of fun. A lot of competitive, fun racing. I hate that I missed that one, but I just wasn't prepared, you know, in time to hop in. But this is going to be equally as fun for me. Even if I'm in last place losing, I don't care. But like I've always preached when I used to make all these videos, practice, practice, practice. And again, I'm not going to take a chance here, guys. I'm going to...
Yellow flag. Watch out.
Again, my goal is to finish the race. In order for me to do that, I'm going to need to...
should have plenty of space on the exit. When we exit the pits, we'll be in P13. Come on, head up. Keep your focus further down the track. That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
So, I didn't have a time to... see, that time when I pulled up, it showed the pit strategy. That's really weird. I don't know why it didn't show it last time. And that really got me all confused, so strange, I don't know. Like I said, I will practice and keep on trying to get it figured out. But we got fuel, we got tires, 4 minutes to race, and we just finished the race. Feel pretty confident now that I should be able to finish the race with no significant crashes since we are almost done. So what I'll probably have to do for these future races is I'll do commentary, but it's going to be limited because I really feel like trying to stay chatty this time really screwed with my concentration. And as rusty as I am, I really need to be concentrating on hitting apexes, figuring out fuel loads, figuring out tire pressures, and all that good stuff. So I'll do some commentary, but it'll be limited at least for a couple of races probably. 3 minutes left. This is a tough track too. I'm curious to see what the next track is. It may make a big difference, you know. See, look, me being quiet already, I'm starting to go in the positives as far as lap times go.
Blue flag. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Alright, I've got a problem here. I've got a cat trying to eat my damn... Go on now. Shit. Alright, you guys can't see that, but I have a kitten in my house, and he's eating the cord to my microphone. And that's why I just almost died. Hopefully I didn't get any points taken off because of that. Oh, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Damn it. Fuck.
You're locking your fronts going into turn 8. Come on, track limits. Keep it between your
Fuck,
lines.
man. That really pissed me off right at the end of the race. And that was probably my fault. I was distracted. And I hope I didn't just ruin that guy's race.
Lap to go.
Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. That shit pisses me off. God damn it. I was trying to let that guy around me, but he came in so hot, and then I guess I'm sure that was my fault somehow. Shit, man.
Blue flag.
Damn it, man.
Your rear tyres are cold.
Fuck me.
Yellow flag.
So, yeah, frustration got the best of me in this last little part of this race. I should have just, man, now that's going to kill my, that rating for this thing. Shoot. Not happy about that. Damn it, man. Damn it, damn it, damn it.
B16. Okay, we're done.
Fuck, man. Alright, sorry about all the cursing, guys, but that was really frustrating. I had a whole lot going on in this room. Cat's running away with wires, but I guess it doesn't matter because I was already doing terrible. I was just, my goal was to win, was to finish the race without getting in a wreck, and I didn't do that. So, I'm going to end that one on kind of a terrible note, but I promise, guys, I'm going to do some more practicing before next race, and a little more pit strategy set up now that I realize the races are like an hour long, and try to do better next time. But I appreciate all of you watching, those of you who did watch the end of this race. I know it wasn't very fun to watch, I'm sure, but yeah. So I'm going to end this one here, and thanks so much for joining in, guys, and I will talk to you in the next video.